Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is that time. And don't act like you don't know what I mean, because every time, it's our time.
Hey guys, welcome to the 17th Street Podcast from the Niagara Falls Boys and Girls Club, where youth share their voices, ideas, and creativity. Real stories, real conversation from our community.
Thanks for listening.
Let's get started. And don't forget to like, subscribe,
And follow. Here we go.
Hello, and welcome back to 17th Street Podcast. Here are my wonderful guests. Say your name, guys.
My name's Caroline.
My name's David.
My name's Charlia. That's Christiana.
My name's Christiana.
And today we're going to be talking about the new Yondr Pouches. For those who don't know, Yondr Pouches are like this locked pouch that you put your phone in for school. And there's going to be a New York State mandated law that says that we have to have our phones in a Yondr pouch in order to start the school day. What are y'all's perspective on the Yondr Pouches?
My perspective on the Yondr Pouches is I haven't really experienced them yet because I'm only just now going into middle school, but I think that there's no point to having them in there because obviously I can see where teachers coming from thinking it will save us from going on our phones throughout the day, but it just makes it harder to hear from our parents if something happens or hear what's going on in our lives for 7 hours of a day, and then we have to go get it unlocked.
Okay. I don't think that there's much of a use to them because this day and age we need our phones in school the most because there's been a lot of emergencies in schools lately. Like if there's a gas leak in the school, we need to leave and we don't have our phone with us, so we can't contact our parents to be like, hey, we need you guys to pick us up. And I just feel like I'm agreeing with Caroline. I feel like I get where teachers are coming from, thinking that it's gonna keep us off our phone for the day, but also sometimes I have a friend who has diabetes, so he needs his phone to check his blood sugar. So I feel like there's some cases where you need them, and definitely an emergency, because definitely you need to contact your parents in emergencies. Definitely.
I feel like it's so stupid. There's no point of the Yondr Pouches. Now, because I'm going into high school, nobody's going to put their phone in the Yondr Pouches. It's going to be so many kids in the offices because they want to put their phones in there. So, I feel like there's no use of it. And some people are trying to buy the magnet to, take it off themselves. There's no use of it. What's the point of it? People are just going to not come to school. That's the school's fault. And, yeah. And then, you will still have to, you would need your phone to, contact your parents and stuff. And, your watch and stuff. Yeah. I feel like that we do not need them pouches. And the reason why is because that, I'm going to 8th grade and, we don't need our phones in them pouches. I'm the type of person, if something happens, I gotta contact my mom. Because, if something happens that them school phones, they say they get shut down or whatever, you don't have your phone, you can't contact nobody for help or anything. And, no one's not gonna come to school, like Charlie said, and, no one's really not, then they're gonna be mad when no one don't come to school and stuff. And, just not having your phone, it's gonna be weird for people. And, when they gonna get mad when people don't put their phone inside the pouches. So, yeah.
I completely agree. I think that people are just going to start skipping school more often because honestly, the rule is kind of useless.
Stupid.
Honestly, if I'm in a situation where they're trying to make me put my phone in the Yondr pouch, I'm just going to bring a burner. Like, there's really no use to it because people are just going to start putting random things inside the Yondr pouches, like phone cases or toy phones or stuff like that. Like, and the fact that you have to put your watches in there too is like just excessive. Like, what are we supposed to be doing on our watches in the middle of class? It's not like you can play games or scroll on TikTok. They just track your steps and to contact people if needed. And the rising in school shootings this year has been crazy. And I think it's important for us to be able to contact our parents in case of an emergency. And all the teachers are saying, like, oh, I can call them. But do you really think that every single student in that school memorized their parents' phone number by heart?
I agree.
Not really. So, what do you guys think about how, like, why do you think this isn't a great solution to the fact that people are going on their phones in the middle of class?
Could you rephrase that?
Why do you guys think that this rule won't fix anything?
Because also, what you said, they could just put like a phone case in there to make it look like they put their phone, or I feel like it would increase the amount of kids that are missing from day to day, and also, there's a lot of and alsos. In an emergency, it's needed, and also, for people who have a 504 to accommodate having their phones, they give said Velcro pouches. So yeah.
I feel like eventually students are gonna think outside of the box. They're gonna do some, like, they're gonna put their, let's say they have their old phone. They're gonna put their old phone in there so it really genuinely looks like there's a phone in there, and then everybody's gonna start doing that, and then everybody's still gonna have their phones out there in class. So I feel, and really, we all know a kid that just never shows up like 7 days a year. So those kids are just gonna just live life normally. So I feel like definitely students are gonna start thinking outside the box and just stop showing up. So I feel like there's no use.
Yeah, like David said, I feel like there's no use of the pouches or whatever, because nobody's gonna put their phone in there. Like, you're probably gonna have like at least half of the school put their phones in there. And like, how are they gonna know who puts their phone in the pouch and who doesn't? Are they gonna check the whole school for like to see if they put their phone in there or they didn't? Because some people are not gonna put their phone in the pouches. And like, yeah.
I think that no one is gonna put their phone in there. Like he said, like one of his friends has diabetes. For the people who got serious health issues, they can't put their phone in those pouches, because if something was to happen, they can't like contact the parent if something happens. And all this talking, it's way more like the population of school shootings that happened this year is crazy. And the fact that if one day, like, say we have a school, what's it called? School lockdown, and the phones get shut off, the smart boards, everything gets shut off, and our phones is the only key for us to get help. And that cannot happen because we're going to put our phones in our dumb, stupid pouches. And like David said, people are going to start taking out the box, putting their old phones in there and stuff. And like some people won't even put their phones in there. I know, like, when I get my new phone, I'm not going to put my phone in there because, like, I'm the type of person, again, if something happens, I'm going to contact my mom for emergency purposes. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that the Yondr pouches are useless because people are gonna start thinking out of the box, and like Caroline said, for the 504s they give Velcro pouches, so more people are just gonna think that that's a solution, because most people know about the 504 Velcro ones, because like say you're in like a loud hallway, you can literally just rip it open. No one's gonna know whether it's a Velcro like bag or something, or if it's the actual Yondr pouch. Like, I get it that they think that this is going to fix people not being on their phones. This is just gonna make them angry and want to be on their phones more in spite of the rule.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact, because I remember they had these pouches, like, before school ended. They had the pouches in school, and my best friend, they would put your phone inside the pouch whenever you got caught with your phone. So when they put it in the pouches, it would be locked. And this girl was trying to open it, and I remember ink gone to the person. And I'm like, by y'all putting ink on it, it's really not going to do anything, because like that won't stop them from opening up their phone. And that magnetic stuff, they can just like buy the magnetic things to unlock their own phone. And by them doing this, the school population of kids not coming to school is gonna increase even more. And by people not having their phones to contact their parents or anything, that's gonna make them more eager to open them, so they can get their phones and contact their parents or just be on them. Like, I remember I was to see people on Tosh and they're on their phones, but really their phone's supposed to be in a pouch. That's not really going to do nothing, because people can find all sorts of ways. They can put them in their shirt. They can put them in their purse. They can do all types of stuff. Like, by people having their phones in the pouches, it's not really going to do anything per se. Like, by you putting your phone in a pouch, by the ink splashing on you, it's not really going to do nothing. Like, you can just you can just buy the magnetic thing, pop it out, and then have your phone. So it's not really going to do nothing.
Yeah, and they said that the magnets on it is what they use as store. So, like, people have been saying that they're going to buy a store magnet thing, and like, I know my sister, she said that she's just going to be charging people to open up their phones for them. Because she's just going to buy a magnet and charge people like $10 just to have their phones opened. I really don't like the idea of Yondr pouches, because the thought of locking up my personal property that no one but my parents or I paid for is not fair. Like, if they think this is going to fix everything, then they're completely wrong. And I know that, like, teachers are saying that, like, because of the no phone rule, academic achievement has gone up. But, like, also, the people wanting to go to school has gone down. Like, sure, people have been getting, so to say, smarter at the fact that they don't have their phones or anything else to focus on. But honestly, it's just a waste of time and money, because they're going to pay a lot of money for those magnets. And, like, also, there's a clear part on the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
So someone could just take scissors to it. It's just that easy. Just cut open the thing, throw it in the trash.
It's the part where they can tell whether or not you have your phone in there.
And I think that is so annoying to have to do that just to contact your parents, or to like go on your phone. Like, I know I'm probably getting a watch soon, because like I don't know what I have, but like I have this thing where like if I stand up too quickly I get really dizzy and my heart rate drops. So I'm gonna be getting a watch soon, so I can watch my heart rate when I stand up, because like I have a history of passing out and stuff. So I'm going to be getting a watch, and they say that you have to put your watch in there as well. Like, bro, every time I get dizzy and I stand up, I just have to go to the nurse to get my blood pressure taken. How is that fair?
And the superintendent of like the school district, how is y'all able to pay for these phone pouches with the grant money or whatever y'all get, and how's y'all able to pay for these phone pouches and the magnets, but at Gaskell y'all couldn't even get us air conditioning for like 2-3 years? But I don't get the fact that y'all so eager to pay for phone pouches and the magnets and stuff and want to have people lock up their phones. I mean, they need to look at the part where how parents are going to react. If somebody have a health problem or if somebody has something going on with them, their parents are going to act real quickly, fast, in a hurry because, like, they need their phones. And if something happened, then I could see the parent suing the school, and then something's going to happen to the school. But I don't really understand how y'all can afford the pouches and the magnets, but y'all couldn't afford air conditioner at Gaskell for 3 years. But here it is, y'all so eager to pay for these pouches. Our food is nasty. Yeah, our school, we didn't even have no ceiling or nothing. We didn't have no ceiling for like how many years? Have no ceiling. We all saw the wires. So I don't get how y'all so eager to buy phone pouches and magnets for them, but y'all couldn't even buy any of the things that I just said. That don't make no sense.
I think that they focus more on like rules and stuff and things that don't matter, except like how do I phrase this? Like they focus on the small things and the things that like don't matter, instead of focusing on the big things, like, you know, not having to pay for water bottles, you know, getting better water fountains that don't taste like they have hydrogen peroxide in them, better food, a ceiling, air conditioning, like
the wires were showing for like how long from the start. Seriously. When I started 7th grade that year, all I saw was the wires from the ceiling. Now, if somebody was to take a cup, put some water up there, electrical problem would happen. Y'all would have been mad, but y'all couldn't even pay for the ceiling to get fixed. But then after one spring break, then y'all want to start fixing the ceilings. That's not really going to do nothing. But y'all want to buy these phone pouches and stuff. And, like, the parents are going to act really severe. I can see it now, like, soon as when schools start. Because, like, as soon as when September get here, people are going to be so mad and no one's not going to come to school or anything because of the phone pouches. And that's going to be a really problem. And the superintendent and the teachers and everything, they're going to be mad because they don't get to teach the kids, or they don't really get to get paid because they don't have no kids in their classroom. So.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the superintendent only wants best for the teachers and not really taking the time and thinking about how, like you said, like the students and the parents are gonna react. Like they only want best for them, because last year in Gaskell, a lot of kids got sent home for being on their phones or sent in TOS for being on their phones, but it still didn't help nothing. So now taking and say that we're gonna have to put our phones in the Yondr pouches is not gonna help nothing. Like they really have to take and think, how is that gonna be the best for us kids, and only gonna, like, how is that gonna affect us? Can
I say so? I feel like because of the Yondr pouches, I feel like you're gonna have everybody stating that that everybody will perform better in grades, like everybody's grades will go up because they don't have the phone. But I feel like you're just gonna have more kids just sitting there doing nothing, and like you're just gonna have kids sitting there doing nothing for the whole period, and then they get up, go to the next period, still do nothing. I feel like they're kind of. I just feel like they're gonna kind of do the opposite of helping.
Yeah, and like some of my friends have like been like joking around about organizing a strike on the Yondr pouches. They're like, they can't expel us all. And I'm like, I mean, that may be true, but you're just gonna get major repercussions. over something so minuscule. Like, first of all, what's the problem with, like, talking to parents or people over the phone in class? Like, people can't wear hoodies, we can't, like, talk, like, text our parents. Like, I get not doom scrolling on TikTok during a math lesson, but, like, just texting someone's parent, like, I got in huge trouble because I went to the bathroom and texted my mom because this teacher was being very aggressive and rude to me and not accommodating with my 504. So I got sent to the principal's office, and I got my phone taken and put into a Yondr pouch. And then they had to unlock the Yondr pouch and give me a Velcro one. And then when I got there, I had to put my phone back into the Yondr pouch again the next day. And then I dropped my phone in my music class. Mm-hmm. My teacher found it. My teacher found it, handed it to me, and said, "Go to Tosh." So I went to Tosh. I was like, "I don't know what to do with this." They were like, "Give me your phone." So I handed them my phone. They put it in this lock. I'm like, "Sir, you can't do that." And he's like, "Yes, I can. It's a school rule." I'm like, "Okay, but I have to be able to contact my mom at any time." They're like, "Use the school phones." I'm like, "I can't use the school phones. Why would I want to tell people my private conversations in the middle of a class?"
And then,
so, like, he had to, like, give me the Velcro one, and I had to go see the dean of students, and then it was this whole big argument over why I need to keep my phone out and why Yondr pouches don't help anything.
and then the thing is, by them putting the kids' phones inside the pouches, they didn't even check with the parent first. They didn't check with the parent for permission. Oh, that's okay for my child to have their phone in a pouch. Now, the parents who overprotective of their kids and the ones that need to contact their parents at all times just in case something happens, they can't do that because of the Yondr pouch. And also, like, what's not clicking is, like, the fact that y'all want to get the Yondr pouches, but that's not really going to do anything because y'all payment rate is going to go down by how many kids that's not inside the class. But y'all have a problem when we be on our phone. I remember my best friend, she got in trouble because she was texting her mom and something happened to her. It was an emergency, and she got in trouble for texting her mom in the middle of class. And she was arguing with the teachers and stuff, and she was trying to tell them that it's an emergency and they can't control her if she was to be on her phone during class or not. And, like, by y'all sending us to Tosh, giving us write-ups, that's not really going to do nothing because, like, kids need their phones just in case of emergency. Or not in case of emergency. If something really happens to you, you need to contact your parents or whoever takes care of you. That's going to be the school's fault. Like, they so eager to buy these pouches. Like, my mom sent me a video, like, 2-3 weeks ago of the pouches of how we gonna put them in the thing, but they didn't check with none of the parents or anything. And, like, by them doing this, it's really not gonna do anything because kids are not gonna come to school. Their payment rate gonna go down. Then they're gonna have problems. Then all types of stuff is gonna be happening, and they're gonna be mad when we don't come to school. And talking about our grades is gonna go up and stuff. That's not gonna do anything to, like, our generation. Like, we need our phones these days. We need our phones because if something was to happen to us, we need to contact our parents. It's not like we gotta go on the school phones and then all they can do, the type of school phones that we got, they can just click the bottom button and go to the last phone call that they would just call, and they can call somebody else's parent and stuff, and, like, they can track what time the call was and what day. So that don't really make no sense of the Yondr pouches.
For anyone watching who doesn't understand what Tosh is ISS. So basically, like, in-school suspension. Just so y'all know.
Can I say something?
See?
I feel like there's only, like, 3 ways I could see them taking our phones or, like, getting actually mad that we were using for something. Is just a test. Like, not just a normal test, because people get stressed during tests and want to talk to people
like
about
a
it.
state test.
I'll do that.
Like a state test. state test, it says in the instructions that we're not allowed to have any kind of electronics except the device we're taking the test on. So I think it's reasonable for them to like tell us to put our phones away and not text our parents, and also, wait, I forgot what I was going to say. Also,
Enrichment tests?
huh?
Enrichment tests?
This is, goes under the test category. Oh, also, I feel like they can't, like, there's one phone, school phone in every classroom, and there's some at the front desk and some around the school. There's more kids than there is phones, so if more kids want to call their parents and talk to them, it's just going to be overwhelming for the teachers because one kid's using one in one classroom, another kid in the same classroom wants to use it, and then another one. And it's just going to be a big line to call their parents. So I feel like phones should be able to, like, call their parents and, like, you know, talk to somebody they need to talk to. So.
Can I add something on to what Caroline said?
Sure.
I feel like definitely using a school phone, or at least a classroom phone, is definitely a lot more open than using your own personal phone. Because if they can track what we're doing on our computers, 100%, they can like replay the call to see what we were talking about, or like what we and our parents were talking about. I don't feel like it's very open and not very private at all.
Can I say something? Mm-hmm. What are they gonna do about like the kids that have like serious disability that like they can't talk, they can't write, read,
Like
walk?
autism or dyslexia?
Yeah, like some kids at like the high school, like some people really have serious disabilities that can't do stuff by themselves, and they have phones that they can contact their parents. What are they gonna do about those kids? Like, I feel like some kids should be able to have their phones and some shouldn't.
Yeah, I feel like the people who are doom scrolling on TikTok in the middle of the class.
Yeah, like that's something that's major that
Maybe
should go in the
they
Yondr
can get
Pouches.
the Yondr Pouches, but like the people who are good students and don't like play games in class, who just need their phone to talk to their parents or like their guardian. I don't want to say parents because not everyone like is texting their parents. Maybe like a babysitter or something, someone who's picking you up. But like, I don't understand the point of the Yondr Pouches because honestly, that's just gonna make people get creative.
Yeah, like I still don't understand about this. Like, back onto the test situation. Me, I get mad real fast. So when I get mad, like I need to talk to somebody, like my mom or counselor, somebody, and but like the state test, that's a serious test, and that's for me to go into the 9th grade and stuff. And I need to talk to someone to like before I take a test. I tell all my teachers this. Before I take a test, I told them this in the beginning of the year. Before I take a test, I have to call my mom or somebody in my family to like give me like what's it called? Support. Yeah, like somebody to like push me, like to give me like inspiration. Yeah, like before I take a test, I have my mom. I say a prayer with my mom, and like I keep on telling myself I'm gonna do it, and I got this. But like the kids who need someone to talk to, or like the kids who be scrolling on TikTok, I feel like that's a Yondr Pouch situation. Like, they need to make situations where you need to put them in the Yondr Pouch. Like, number one, scrolling on TikTok, calling people in the middle of I mean, it depends on who you call. Like, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever that takes care of you. But, like, I feel like the people who have disabilities, who can't talk, who can't read, walk, do anything, can't communicate, I feel like they need their phones the most, but we also need it too because when the school phones shut down, what are we gonna turn to? We can't turn to our phones or anything, and like that's a big problem. And by me being the type of person that get mad a lot, that's the Yondr Pouches are really gonna get me mad. And like when they tell our parents about the Yondr Pouches again, for open house, those who kids have open house, they are like, how can I say this? They are gonna overreact. They're not gonna overreact. They're gonna get mad because of the Yondr Pouches. So
I think
that's all
that's
I
a
have to say.
proportional reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Another thing on the test is when I called my mom before a test on my cell phone because somebody was on the school phone in 6th grade, which was last year. It was before my ELA state test, and when I was off the phone, I felt less stressed. But then I was starting to get a little more stressed during the test, so I called my mom again, and my score came out really good, above 6th grade level. But in the second test in 6th grade, my score went down because they wouldn't let me call my mom, is what I think happened, or because more kids were getting angry because some kids could have their cell phones to call their mom and some kids couldn't. So I think calling my mom before tests helps and brings my score more up because I'm more stressed if I don't talk to somebody who supports me.
Yeah, and all of, like, not all, but some of the school counselors, like, they say, like, oh, if you're stressed about a test, you can come do it in my office. And then when you're actually stressed about a test
They'd be like, no.
and want to do it in your office, they're like,
Get out of my office.
why are you in my office right now? You're supposed to be in math class taking a test. I'm like, well, I brought my math test so I could take it in your office like you said I could. And they're like, well, this is different. This is a test. You can't do this in my office. You have to go so they know you're not cheating. I'm like, okay. And then another person comes in and they're like, can I do my test in your office? And the counselor will be like, yeah, sure. Like, and then, like, they'll just be sitting there on their phones. That's a Yondr Pouch situation.
Yeah,
No, you can talk.
I go to my counselors. She says always every state test, every test, but I go to her office and she says, well, this one's a big test and you can't do this one because it's a state test, but that's just
Hypocritical.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just say Miss W, because you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So the counselor, Miss W, I feel like some of these teachers and counselors, they got favoritism, because if you have to take your test and you go in that room with the teacher, and one of their favorites would be on their phone on TikTok, but then when you come in, they act like they on the test. And I remember I went to Tosh one time because, like, I go to Tosh because, like, I have behavior problems. I act one way and then I act another way. So I have behavioral problems, and I can go in there for, like, 10 minutes and Tosh to cool down. And I can see one kid can't be on their phone, but the Tosh person, Miss P, she'll let this one 8th grader go on their phone, but she won't let anybody else go on their phone. And that's a big problem because I feel like it's not fair. If you do it to one, you should do it to all. And like the Yondr Pouches, by y'all locking up people's phones, that's not gonna do a thing. Like, people are gonna overreact. People are gonna get mad. People are gonna do so many things to think outside the box, like David said, so they can get their phones. And by them thinking out the box, it's more of us than more teachers. It's probably like, how many teachers in the gas scale? It's like 500 of us. No.
There's
Okay.
probably like 250. Yeah, probably like 200-ish kids.
Okay,
like,
so if it's like 200-ish kids, then it's probably like 30 teachers.
30, 40 teachers.
It's more of us than the teachers, and we can, like, put something together to overpower the teachers, because it's more kids than teachers. We can overpower the teachers so we can get our phones. And when people start thinking out the box, when they think of something, there's no going back. And these teachers need to understand that they can't lock up our phones. And then it's going to take up their time, because at the end of the day, y'all only got 4 magnets. It's one in Tosh. It's the dean got one, the principal got one, and the vice principal got one. It's four magnets. It's 200 something kids in the school, and by y'all having a magnet like 4, it's not gonna like unlock the phones faster. And I remember one time my best friend, we on the same bus, and she had to unlock her phone. I was waiting for her because like I don't never leave her. And when we was about to go on the bus, they had to unlock her phone, and we was about to literally miss the bus because they being slow unlocking the phones, and they don't understand. Kids have behavioral problems, anger issues, everything. So they're gonna do whatever they can to try to get their phone unlocked.
Yeah. Speaking on the favoritism thing, they said that teachers might be able to get the locks for a 7th period.
Wow.
So that they can unlock them before they leave the school. So if they have like a favorite student who has their phone in a Yondr pouch, I feel like it would be so easy for them to just be like, hey, can you unlock my phone for me? You know I'm such a good student, I've never done anything wrong. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, I'll unlock your phone for you, but don't tell anyone.
Next thing they're gonna know.
And then the next thing you know, someone's on their phone.
Oh, guess what? Guess what? Miss W, she unlocked my phone. Go to her office. She unlocked my phone. Go to her office.
Exactly.
And then next thing you know, a whole line gonna be built up out that class. And then that's when everybody gonna try to get their phones unlocked, and then that's like, when.
Oh yeah, like I only told like my friend group, and you know them. They're a good batch of kids. Yeah. And then there'll be multiple people with their phones unlocked to be like, oh, this was like special permission. But yeah,
word gets around.
And I feel like they give special privileges to certain kids, and then some of the kids who didn't even do nothing, they gon' like have issues with them and stuff. And like I genuinely feel like by them doing that, like that's gonna make the kids mad. Again, we're gonna team up. We can like team up, do something, and then we're gonna put like a movement towards the teachers, and then that's when all the teachers gonna be mad and stuff. Their payment, salary down, everything. No kids are gonna be coming to school, and I generally feel like this is by them putting our phones in them pouches. It's not gonna do nothing again, and like, oh, their grades is gonna go up. That's not gonna really do anything. They could just sit here like this. When I get mad, I do not talk to nobody. I do not even do my work. I just be sitting there. So, and sometimes when I get super mad, I walk out the class. So, think about how, like, kids that's like me, like, how that's going to make them feel and stuff. Mm-hmm. And how many kids going to be in and out the class, calling their parents off the school phones, and then one kid going to call one. It's only one school phone in each classroom. So, think about it. The more, it's like 200, 300 of us. So, it's going to be mad people trying to call their parents at the end of the day to come and pick them up and stuff. But they probably won't unlock our phones until the bus get here. Kids going to be missing the bus, missing the, it's going to take them a long time for them to get home and stuff. And it's going to, like, be, like, a terrible thing. And they're going to be mad when... the superintendent, I can't believe he made this decision. This is a stupid decision, but here it is, y'all want to buy these pouches, but y'all couldn't even afford ceiling tiles for the ceiling, and all we saw was wires. So I don't understand.
Adding on the favoritism, I feel like if you unlock a pouch for one kid, just do it for all. Mm-hmm. Or if you don't unlock, or if you let them have their phones out the Yondr pouch, everyone's gonna be like, unlock my phone, unlock my phone. Yeah. And it just adds on the teacher's questions in class, and unfocused people focused on, she has hers, why can't I have mine? Or he has his, and why can't I have mine?
Yeah.
This is a great episode.
I think we ran out of time, so that's a wrap on the Yondr Pouches. And this is a YouTube channel. like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.
And we'll see you on the next video.
And we'll see you on the next video. Bye.